Greetings everyone. Today we are delving into one of the most crucial topics in the aquarium hobby, which I believe will be incredibly beneficial for both beginners as well as seasoned aquarists. We'll shed light on total dissolved solids or TDS and the phenomenon known as old tank syndrome. Let's begin with TDS. What exactly is it and why should you monitor it? TDS stands for totally dissolved solids, measured in parts per million or milligram per liter. Essentially, it indicates the total number of solids dissolved in water. For instance, if we take up my tap water as an example, it shows a TDS reading of 110 ppm, meaning there are 110 milligrams of dissolved solids in a liter of my tap water. These dissolved solids can range from calcium ion, carbonate and bicarbonate ions to dissolved organic carbons, nitrates and more. Without thorough testing, it's challenging to pinpoint exactly what substances are present in the tap water. Now let's examine the TDS of my aquariums. As you can observe, each aquarium displays a different TDS rating, all higher than the tap water used to fill them. You might wonder why this discrepancy exists if the same tap water fills all three tanks. The answer lies in the gradual accumulation of uneaten fish food, fish waste, and chemicals released by beneficial bacteria in the aquariums, all of which contribute to increased TDS over time. Why is this increase problematic? And how does it relate to tank maintenance? Fish can acclimate to gradual changes in TDS without adverse effects. However, sudden fluctuations can lead to what's known as old tank syndrome. Imagine your tank's TDS increasing over a month from 110 ppm to 220 ppm due to lack of adequate water changes. While your fish may appear slightly lethargic, they are generally coping. But if you decide to perform 80% water change all of a sudden to remove accumulated debris, causing the TDS to drop suddenly to 130 ppm, you may find several fish casualties where the fish will just start to simply die after the water change. This abrupt change in osmotic pressure due to 80% water change, known as osmotic shock. It particularly affects weaker fish. That's the reason you may end up losing your weaker fish just after water change. To understand why fish are vulnerable to osmotic pressure changes, consider their anatomy. Freshwater fish have a higher salt concentration in their bodies than the surrounding water. As a result, freshwater continuously enters their body due to osmotic pressure difference, which their kidney regulate by exerting excess water as urine. With gradual increase in TDS, less water enters the fish's body and they adapt to this situation accordingly. However, a sudden drop in TDS during a significant water changes cause more water to enter fish's body rapidly, resulting in osmotic shock. Your strong fish will withhold this shock and will be able to survive, but your weak fish will perish. This underscores the importance of regular water changes to prevent TDS levels from reaching alarming concentrations. I recommend investing in an inexpensive TDS meter costing around $10 to monitor your aquarium's TDS regularly. Personally, I check my aquarium's TDS on a daily basis and perform substantial water changes when it reaches 150 ppm mark. It's a straightforward yet effective method to safeguard your fish from potential harm. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please consider sharing it with your friends and family. And if you like this video, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel for similar content. I'll see you in next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.